Happy Monday. So I wanted to go over this concept of recoding and when do you recode? Typically, when you're looking at a survey tool, the ideal situation is that all of the questions are going in the same direction in terms of measuring the attribute, in terms of the Likert scale. So a 5, for example, should represent the highest score that you could possibly get for each item, right? And a 1 would represent the lowest score. So that somebody who in total gets a score of a 25 for 5 questions has the strongest representation of that attribute, right? And a person who gets for 5 questions a 5 would have the lowest attribute, okay? Lowest characteristic. So you have 2 questions here. I have a bad attitude most days, and I always have a smile on my face. So which question would you recode? Typically, I have a bad attitude most days. A person who's happy would answer a 5, right? Strongly disagree. Okay. Number 2, for that question, I always have a smile on my face. If a 5 is strongly disagree, that means that person's not that happy, right? So what you would have to do is flip number 2. And how you flip number 2 in SPSS, there's this tab in there called transform. And then if you look at transform, there is a choice to recode a question. And you have two choices: recoding the question in that variable, in that same variable, and recoding the question into a new variable or a different variable. So you would recode the question and make 5 a 1, 2 a 4, 4 a 2, and 1 a 5. So you're flipping it so that when someone answers number 2, okay, strongly agree would be the strongest attribute, indicating happiness. All right, so that's how you would recode. I just want to demystify that for some people. Some people don't it's something that's not really said at times, depending on what part of your journey you're on. But it's a very helpful process when you are trying to score a survey tool. And by score, I mean a scenario where you inherited a tool where they are getting the sum or the average of the questions in the tool. Okay, so you would like the scores, the higher scores, to represent, again, the strongest attribute. So this is just a quick tutorial on recoding and survey tools and what have you. But if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me on one of the various platforms that I have, or my email, which is amore20@morestat.com. Thank you and have a nice day.